Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday Into the Red Rabbit Hole. I'm going to be reading what you have on your screen currently. The owner, author, and publishing editors of Nighthawk Eye Strangeness, aka William Nighthawk Podcast, Nighthawk by the Fire, Into the Red Rabbit Hole, believes in good faith, and listen when I say this, Facebook, believes in good Facebook, believes in good faith that it constitutes fair use of any and all content to be used for the sole purpose of informing viewers / patrons of information for educational purposes only per Title 17 USC subsection 107. All right. I think I might read that again just to make sure that Facebook has heard that. All right, that second shout out goes to Facebook. The owners and author and publishing editor of Nighthawk Eye Strangeness, aka William Nighthawk Podcast, Nighthawk by the Fire, Into the Red Rabbit Hole, believes in good faith that it constitutes fair use of any and all content to be used for the sole purpose of informing viewers / patrons of information for educational purposes only per Title 17 USC subsection 107. All right. Let me get that off of there. So bear with me, folks. Okay. Oh, good Lord. Let's get that off of there. I don't need that staring at me first thing in the morning. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? There we go. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody this morning. Let me just go ahead and click a few things on here. I think I'm going to take, you all know my name, don't you? So I think I might just take that off of there. Let me see here. I don't know what the heck. I'll leave it up. Okay. We're here to talk about some very, very high strangeness stuff this morning, everybody. I got a few things. You'll see my ugly mug on and off here periodically this morning. I wanted to talk a little bit because I've had a lot of people asking me lately about the flat earth theory and, CERN and all that. And I'm not, the sole expert on all that. I do believe what CERN is doing is wrong. I think they're messing with things that is far beyond their capacity to understand. And I'm saying that with the utmost respect to all of the scientists and whatnot that are involved, because they're probably smarter than I am. But you can still be the sharpest tool in the shed, and that tool be used for the wrong job. Okay. And that's the way I look at things. Okay. When it comes to CERN, like several famous scientists have said, they're messing with stuff that's way beyond their control, and they're going to find out in the hard way, unfortunately. And unfortunately, if they fall down and go boom and get hurt, so does our whole world. So let's look at it that way too. I mean, they're constantly trying to open a black hole. It just doesn't make any sense why they would want to do that to begin with. Let me show you something here that this is what happens when you try to open a black hole or a portal. This was in, I believe, Tennessee, one of the smaller research labs. And I again, that's smaller. I don't know if they're working in conjunction with CERN or whatnot. I've heard other things where they're working with a university out of Minnesota, I believe, to transfer something through the air or underground or something. Well, it shouldn't have had that effect. That actually looks like they're trying to open up a portal to another realm, another dimension. So, and that's what all reports were. And the next one I'm going to show you is a lightning storm that we had the following evening after their little test, because we live a little bit, just a little bit away from there. And that was the lightning storm. It looks a lot like the actual portal opening up. You see this little section up in here in the center, that darker cloud with almost the spider-like legs coming out of the cloud, spiraling everywhere. Um, but yeah, it looks so very, very similar to that, I think, because you got the same cloud, you got the same outward going lightning. So, but looks very, very similar. So, anyways, I wanted to show you all that and see what you thought about that. And we're going to put a couple things up here on the board to talk about. Now, the flat Earth theory. Um, I totally do not agree with the whole globe theory. Okay, and I'll tell you why. I was never a flat earther. I had never even considered myself a flat earther um, until recently, within the last year or so, after researching it more. Um, our globe spins at over 6,000 miles per hour. Okay, 6,000 miles per hour. You know, and sometimes it spins even faster than that. Okay, it just depends on whatever seasons are involved and the so-called imaginary gravity theory and all that. But they're estimating that it spins at over 6,000 miles an hour. Okay, now let me take this off of here. Okay, I'm going to show you all something. This is just a little something I drew up just now. If our globe spins at 6,000 miles an hour, okay, right here, our stars would look like this. Just nothing but streaks, okay? Now, we currently have a comet that's heading into our solar system that the new telescope has seen, and it's currently being aired live on YouTube. And my wife and I were kind of watching it last night a little bit throughout the night because we woke up several times. Um, and, it dawned on me that if the Earth was spinning at 6,000 miles an hour, okay, and the stars should look like streaks in the sky because we spin around the sun at 116,000 miles an hour, and then you have the whole universe thing spins too. So, I mean, you're talking literally hundreds of thousands of miles an hour, if not millions of miles an hour. So my theory on it was, why would a comet never changes? Okay. If we were spinning, the comet streak would be even longer and more drawn out. And it'd be more of a blur, like the stars would be. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Comets don't change. They have the same consistency. So that in itself should prove A, that we don't rotate at 6,000 miles an hour, okay? That this imaginary gravity thing is for the birds, okay? And the birds is a whole nother subject, by the way. Let me tell you, there's some, I thought I was out there with some of my theories, but some of these other people are really, really out there with the bird theory being fake and all that. So, then you have biblical references in the lost texts, describing, as above, so below, just different things that I think are pretty pertinent to describing our world. Okay, now granted, our world is a confusing, weird, weird place. Okay, Um, our world that we live in, if we think about the as above, so below, I don't think the earth is being flat like a coin. Um, I think of it more as a deflated football, um, you know, kind of like layers of a sandwich. Um, I had this little theory there um, of the football design with the as above, so below on it. And basically, buildings wouldn't be able to stand up. Skyscrapers wouldn't be able to stand up. And the gravity would pull them down to the ground alone if we spun it over 6,000 miles an hour. Okay. So let's put that out there. Um, I really, really wanted to get Flat Earth Dave on here because he is the most knowledgeable person I've ever found on the subject. I will tell you that from my age, and I'm not saying the age on here, but I will tell you that they did at one time teach flat Earth theory in textbooks, um, and they sometime took them out and didn't divulge that they took them out to anybody. And now they deny that they were ever really in there. That's like they deny that Jif peanut butter was called Jiffy, okay, and Jiffy was the peanut butter name. They can deny that all they want because Jif peanut butter is my favorite peanut butter, and I grew up with it. So yes, it was Jiffy. So, um, anyways, that's a whole nother story too. Um, oh, good morning, Ann. Anybody else out there? The earth is flat with a primordial soup within the ceiling, so to speak, I think. Yeah. Well, the primordial soup that you're talking about is called the firmament, and it states in the Bible, where it says the as above, so below. The firmament is there, and that is one of the things that our military and combined with other forces have tried to punch through with atomic bombs and stuff that a lot of people don't know about. Yes, our military was stupid enough to set an atomic bomb off in the freaking stratosphere or whatever you want to call it. Completely ignorant, and I blame them for everybody having cancer, probably because of it. Um, so yeah, I think somebody needs to research that. The effects of nuclear war with cancer, um, because I truly believe that that they actually caused it by doing that test to try and break through the affirmament. Now the affirmament, I'm going to pop up some pictures here, okay, and I'm going to keep talking, so bear with me. If I disappear, don't worry about it. I'm just going to pop up pictures as I talk, okay. Now the affirmament. Let me see if I can find my picture for that. If I still got it on here. Okay, let's show you this one. Now, this one is the edge of the earth, okay? This is off of Facebook, okay? UFO Disclosure and Mysteries. The affirmament, see that blue line right along the edge? That is the affirmament, okay? That is what everybody calls the affirmament. And you can see it here. This is out of the space station, I believe, or not the space station. Oh God, which telescope is it? Hubble. This is out of the Hubble, and you can see it right there. Okay, that's the affirmament. Okay, And we'll take one more look. Here's a real good look at it. Okay, right there. Okay, so that is the affirmant. That's what I believe. Now it very well could be further out, you know, um, but just from those pictures alone, you almost wonder, you know. Now, my theory of it too is that maybe they did punch through the affirmant, and that's what caused a lot of the global warming, because the affirmant actually kept our space that we live in, you know, kind of like a constant temperature. You know, like an AC on, you know, that has automatic temperature control and it automatically shuts off. You know, that kind of thing. So that's why I think of that. Um, Now it's said that the affirmant is like an ice formation, and it's a deep blue color of ice, bluer than my headphone color right here. And they say that when it melts, it completely disappears. It doesn't make a puddle or anything because those research bases in the Antarctic, um, in the South Pole, are have been studying that for the longest time and studying on how to punch through it and studying what's beyond the ice wall. Now, the ice wall, I'm going to pull up a picture of that, but I want to show you something here too. Um, Different space agencies around the world depict the globe different ways. Okay, I want you to see this. Okay, let me take that comment off of there because it's blocking part of it. There we go. Okay. Now, up in the upper corner, you have the NASA United States globe. You have the Russian, okay, space agency. And you got the European Space Agency. And then I believe you've got the Chinese here. Okay. They all have different globes, different color of water. I mean, even the landmass, different colors. Okay. They can't even get on the same page, folks, with that. All right. They got to get their Photoshop fixed or something because that's ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous that they think anybody is going to believe that. So, now here's what I was talking about with the stars. If we were spinning, okay, every single scientific expert set out to prove has subsequently done the very opposite. Okay, there's a list down below there of all these scientists that have studied and all that about the earth spinning and all that. Okay, the stars would look like that if we were spinning at 6,000 miles an hour. Okay, they wouldn't be little, like, same size little light leaks in the sky, okay, all the time. That's why I think, you know, our government is deceiving us and has always deceived us. Um, it would make common sense that if you're spinning at 6,000 miles an hour, I mean, think of it as, you know, when you go to the carnival, okay, when the carnival comes to town, you know that ride that they stand you in against the wall and strap you in on the padded backrest, and then they spin you real fast? Think about that, okay? Think about the force that's holding you against that wall, okay? And think about how objects outside of that ride looked as you were spinning. The people standing outside, you know, you're spinning so fast that they're becoming blurs. Okay. That's the same theory with the earth spinning, folks. Okay. The same theory. All right. The earth does not spin. Okay. The moon does not rotate. Okay. Um, I don't know what else to put out there to prove it, but here is another visual I have. This shows a lot of the different, like with the flat Earth and all that, and about the horizon line, and how the degrees are off, and not enough, and so I don't believe A, that the Earth is spinning, and B, I don't believe we live on a globe. I'll say it again and again and again. I don't believe we live on a globe. And I'll tell you, I think it is more like a flat, deflated football. Okay. That's what I think. Um, some people call it egg shaped. Um, I wouldn't even say it's that thick. I don't even think it's as thick as an egg. I think it's like a deflated football. You got land mass above, you got land mass below, and it doesn't spin. Okay. And I think that there's other theories that can be brought in with this. So you got to figure on the gravity thing. Uh, it would make no sense, okay, to say gravity keeps everything connected to the ground, because at the speed that they're saying that we're spinning, it would be impossible for stuff to. I mean, we wouldn't be able to walk. I mean, think about that. How is gravity holding a billion-pound skyscraper to the ground and not a 180-pound person? You know what I'm saying? A 180-pound person should be floating off the surface or flat as a pancake, because the gravity would be so powerful it would crush every bone in their body. Think about that, okay? It would crush every bone in their body, okay? So, I don't know. That's just something I really, really believe that we live in a world more like this. Okay. Now, you want to talk cryptid creatures and all that on some of my other podcasts, which is what I am technically. I am a cryptid creature investigator, researcher, tracker, whatever you want to call them, along with other paranormal stuff, UFOs and all that. I research it all. The flat Earth theory shows the land mass being like this. Okay, our known lands more towards the center. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see my cursor. Um, then you have the unknown lands out here on the outer edge. This is the ice wall, by the way, right here, that goes around the Arctic circles, which we're not allowed to fly over. Why are we not allowed to fly over the South and the North Pole, by the way? Why is that? Good question. I'm not sure if this has to do with the whole Viking Asgard theory type of a guard or guardian guide god synopsis over there with Thor and Asgard and everything, but they have a landmass over here that's isolated by itself called Asgard. Now this is an old map. There's several of them you can look up online, and in person at your library on the cards format. But this is the one that I'm using because it's the most convenient. It's more easy to see. Um, we have, let's see, South America. Okay. So the ice wall, and they say the ice wall is hundreds of feet high. So it's almost impenetrable, and it's like 25 miles thick. So there's really no way to break through it. It's just huge and massive. Okay. And I'm not saying the affirmant goes from the ice wall to the ice wall over that way. I'm saying the affirmant goes, just picture the affirmant as going around the globe this way, as like one of those plastic balls you get for if you want to put something in your dryer to soften your clothes more, that kind of a thing. um I believe some toys come in those little plastic balls out of a gumball machine, those type of things. So, but yeah, this is just, and it's just a theory, okay? And I think that a lot of the cryptid sightings that we're having today and a lot of the UFO activity that we're having today is because they're starting to break through. Okay, they're starting to come from underground, underground tunnels and stuff, and cave systems and caverns that are all over our world. Everybody knows that they're under our feet. Okay, and I believe that these land masses are close enough to be connected subterraneanly to like a tunneling machine. Okay, and I believe that is how they're coming in and out. I think that the cryptid creatures like the lizard beings, the dogmen, even possibly Bigfoot. There's a lot of them out there. Um, even Nessie could be from out here in the open waters. You never know. I mean, it's just there's that possibility. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It is. I'm not saying it's factual or theory, or I mean, factual or definite. Proof. Um, it's not at all. It's strictly just a theory that I have. Okay, and the way this is designed. Um, I think that if it is this way, and if we are a globe, we don't rotate. Okay, that's the first thing I disagree with. Okay, first off, we do not rotate. Okay, we don't rotate. Plain and simple. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Okay, it's impossible. Okay, and that's not even talking about the whole globe thing. I'm just telling you all right now, we don't rotate. There ain't no way that we rotate. Okay, so because if we did rotate, our stars would look like this. That's what our stars would look like. Okay, comets never change. Okay, and that's one thing that got me convinced last night watching it on TV, on a live on YouTube, was the whole comet thing. Because they don't change, and if we rotated, they would be changing and more elongated and stretched out than they are. Okay, and yes, the comets have a trail and all that. Yes, they do. Um, but you also got to think too of the theory of meteorites coming and hitting into the earth. Okay, wouldn't they be striking with a lot more speed? They talk about how they have to punch through the earth's gravitational field and all that, and it burns up, and majority of it burns up in space. Well, you know what, whatever you're smoking, brother, share with the class because you have definitely gone off your rocker if you think that if the Earth spins at 6,000 miles an hour, that it wouldn't affect meteors to impact the Earth faster. Okay, even with a so-called gravitational field or whatever that they call it whatever they want. I call it the affirmant. Okay, that's what it states in the Bible, and that's what I'm going to call it. I'm not going to call it gravitational field. Um, or the black zone, what they called it during NASA's moon stuff, the fakery. Um, that's a whole nother podcast too, by the way, um, which I'm putting together. But yeah, I just, stars would not look normal like little dots in the sky. It would look more scrambled and blurred like the picture I have up. Um, so, and also you got to think about it too. Lightning, lightning would be pulled apart, or at least more than what it's said to do in those big strikes and stuff. So, but yeah, that's just a theory. Okay, I wanted to put it out there for you all to see. Maybe you can look back at this and compare it to what you think and what you see on a daily basis. Um, Airplanes in the sky, highly doubt it. If we were spinning, think about it, man. How would you be able to keep an airplane from not spinning off the planet? I mean, it's just utterly ridiculous, you know? It really is. It's just utterly ridiculous. We are in an enclosed, almost like a terrarium type of an atmosphere, um, that our government used a nuclear weapon to punch through the firmament, and did probably successfully do it, but didn't tell anybody. Um, and that has affected our ozone and our weather and caused global warming. It's nothing that we've done. It's not the cows that are causing global warming from farting. If you think a half a million or 750,000 cattle out there farting is eating the ozone and warming the planet, man, you need to live in the Florida swamps because I'm sorry, that's just utterly ridiculous. You got billions of people on this planet that fart every day. You gonna blame them for the ozone and the global warming? I mean, come on, man. Let's not believe everything that's in the history books and the textbooks in school. Let's question it. You have the right. You have the right to question. Okay, so let's question it. You know, Questions don't hurt anything. Researching things doesn't hurt anything. Question everything. Okay, I do. I never used to, but I do now. So, but yeah, that's just what I wanted to put out there today to everybody, and let everybody know that that's just And I'll be going over this again, but I just had too many people asking me questions about this, and what I thought, and it's just, I don't know. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find something else. Okay, take this for instance. I'm going to show you guys this. Okay. You see that? Now yes, that's a crop circle. Okay, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the horizon line. Look at that. And this little peak here is because of the land mass. Okay, it's not because of curvature. But look at the horizon line. Okay, the horizon line should curve just like the field, basically. It should curve like that. Okay, but it doesn't. The horizon line is completely straight. Okay, and by the way, look at the clouds. Okay, look at the clouds in this picture, and you got to ask yourself, why are there clouds if we are spinning at over 6,000 miles an hour? Seriously, they'd get sucked out into space quicker than anything. I mean, they really would. We have to ask ourselves, that. Do you believe we live on this, which is photoshopped, by the way? Um, yes, yes, yes. That is an actual picture that NASA photoshopped. Hmm. They couldn't even get the firmament right. Look at the edge. On all their other low orbit photos that they took, they couldn't even get the firmament right on this. They got it looking like it's just cloud formation, and then doesn't even show it up here above on the pole. I'm guessing this is the North Pole. This is the South Pole, because right there's America, the East Coast. So right there is probably the North Pole. Yeah, they got their little axis and everything all accurate and the whole 9 yards. Photoshopped, folks. Come on, man, NASA. Not another stupid agency. I don't know. And I'm just being me, guys. Okay, because I question everything. You have to in life. You know, the only thing I don't question is my God. My faith. Um, there's just so much weird stuff to have that we need to find answers for. So I would urge you all to do your own research if you can. Um, don't depend on just me or somebody else to do your research for you, because sooner or later you're going to be living in a society that looks like this. Hmm. Yep, we're going to be living underground, folks. That's if our government even lets us survive. Um, God only knows those bunkers are probably for just the elitist out there, the Bill Gates and the Rockefellers and the Carnegies and you know, the well, I hate to say it, Shaq brother. I mean, I know you're a good man and everything, Shaq, but brother, I hope you're not getting manipulated like the rest of the Hollywood people and famous people. So, but yeah, a lot of the people like um, Jay Z and the Hollywood elites like what's some of them out there? So George Clooney and all of them, they're all out there and laughing their asses off, making their millions and millions of dollars a year. The Nancy Pelosi's of the world, Nancy Pelosi, who makes money off of China. Her husband does investing in China, and yeah, they've made millions. But yet the people that live in their district are getting poorer and poorer and more homeless. And yeah, well, Nancy Pelosi is an elitist, and she always has been. And she pulled the wool over everybody's eyes, being the sweet innocent daughter of a very, very noble man whom she has disgraced. So um, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So, um, do we live in a photoshopped globe, or do we live in a real non-spinning world? Let's go to the comments. I'm going to go over the comments now, everybody. So when I set up a long exposure camera and it takes a photo of many hours and the stars literally are streaks, why is that? Exposure on the camera, cat. That's what it is. It's your exposure level on the camera, and it has something to do with the distance too, the optics. So it's not the candle, it's my husband. Oh my god. Well, I did say all the people in the world too. I mean, come on, yeah. Okay, I'll do that. I'll send everybody screenshots. It doesn't even have to be screenshots. Just get an email and I'll send it to your emails. The whole file I've got. So that's no problem. I'm not worried about that. Um, anyways, Let me see here. I can't believe she said that. William, I would do something about that, brother. Carry yourself some kind of fragrance with you wherever you go. That cracks me up. Uh, all right, everybody. I just, that's just that's just, part of my theories and stuff. I don't want you all to think I'm just completely a flat earther. But I just don't believe that our world spins at 6,000 miles an hour plus. I really don't. Um, I really, really don't. Um, there's just too much I know about being in the military, and what our government and military has been doing secretively. And all I can say is my best gut instinct tells me that they have never been truthful with us, our governments, our military industrial complex. They have not ever been truthful to us, okay? And I don't think they're ever going to be. So we need to really, really focus on ourselves, our family structures, keep everybody safe, happy, and healthy, and always question everything. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. That's your right. You're right. You have the right to speak your mind, okay? Especially where your children are concerned and their education and all that, okay? At one time, like I said in the beginning of this broadcast, is they used to teach the flat earth theory in textbooks in school and stuff when I was in school. Um, they don't do that now. They don't give you the choice. And the choices that they're giving you all is less and less and less every single day of our lives. How long is this going to go on? Got to ask yourself how long. So, but I want everybody to have a great day. Okay. Enjoy it. Uh, it's a Friday. I know some of you are working. You'll probably watch this later. But, you know, for all those babies that were born today from 0 to 192, happy birthday and many, many more. And if you're going to be 193, I want you on this podcast. Okay. So, that being said, I want to thank everybody for being here. Have a great Friday, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Tonight, I'll be on, I think it's 9 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Eastern. Anyways, I will be on a roundtable with several other gentlemen that are friends of mine and very, very knowledgeable on the subject of skinwalkers, um, on Phantoms and Monsters radio podcast on YouTube. Look it up. So it's going to be a very, very good program. Um, we're going to talk about all kinds of cool stuff. Okay. So I see you all tonight on that. Um, yeah. If you haven't already, could you please help support the channel by liking and hearting and sharing and subscribing, especially to the YouTube channel. We need to get our viewership and our subscribers up, so we can start getting those algorithms to work in our favor. Right now, we don't have very many subscribers, so the more subscribers that we get, the better off we're going to be, folks. So if you could please just take a moment and subscribe to Nighthawk High Strangeness Podcasting channel. Um, it's going to be the one with all the videos on it and stuff. I think there's currently right now 50 videos on there, for you all to watch. And most of them are from the podcast itself. There's like 6 of them on there, not included in that 49 or 50 videos. There's like 6 different videos on there of other sites that I really thought were informative. So, but if you can, please subscribe. Okay. Um, I will see you all hopefully tonight. You guys will watch that. Okay, on YouTube. That'll give you a reason to go to my site and my page on YouTube and subscribe to it. So, in fact, let me see here. No, I don't have the link for it. I'm so sorry. I was thinking I might have the link. But, anyways, let me take this off of here. Okay. I want to thank everybody, okay, for being here. Have a great day, okay? And we will talk to you all later. Bye bye.